Hey everybody, and welcome to Kevin's Auto Channel. I'm Kevin Walters and I hope you are having a great day today. Today I want to talk to you about 5 things that I hate about my brand new 2019 Chevrolet Silverado. So don't get me wrong, I like my Silverado. I love it a lot. But there are 5 things that I found with this truck, and I've got over 2,000 miles on it, and I'm really familiar with it now. And so there's 5 things that I found that I can live with, but I wish they were different. But is there really a perfect vehicle out there? Well, maybe, but it's not this one. So getting right into it, number 5 is the wheels. My RST is optioned up. It's one of the higher level RSTs. It came with the convenience package 2, which gives you a center console instead of a bench seat, and it's got the leather package on it, the bed protection package, the Z71 off-road and protection package. So it's a nicely equipped RST level. But so the RST is supposed to come with 20-inch wheels, and for some reason it's $800 more for the 20-inch rims. They look a lot better than the stock ones that's on it now, but for some reason, the way my dealership ordered this truck that was on the lot, and I didn't special order this truck, I just found one on the lot that I liked, mainly interior wise, and I found this truck, and I didn't realize it at the time because I hadn't researched the RST, different options you could get on it, I guess you could say. And after I got it home, I noticed I thought, for that to be a Z71 and, optioned out the way it is, why does it have the stock wheels on it? And the dealership just left off the $800 option to upgrade the wheels. So I wish it had the special RST wheels. I would probably end up changing them out anyway, but I would be happier with the wheels if they were optioned up to the special 20-inch RST wheels than the stock wheels that's on it. But it is what it is. I'll just have to wait to upgrade. Alright, number 4. And this is odd. My dad has a 2019 Silverado 2500 diesel. So it's the HD. And I've noticed his does sort of the same thing. So it might be a Chevy thing. I don't know. Comment below if you have this problem too with a Chevrolet. But the rear diff will actually sometimes, depending on how you're stopping or what, I don't know, sort of intermittent, but sometimes the rear differential will actually clunk when it's going down to first gear. It's right at the edge of the end of the stop when the truck's about to, completely stop and the weight shift. The rear diff it'll just clunk and it will shake the whole truck. It will, you can feel it through the whole truck. And it gives this, it's like a vibration type thing. So I don't know if, like I said, if that's a Chevy thing. Like I said, my dad does it too sometimes. So maybe it's just the way the rear diffs are assembled or whatever, but I don't know. I'm getting nitpicky, but oh well. Alright, number 3. And to me, this is a valid argument. But number 3 is the city gas mileage. You say, you got a V8 truck. It's heavy. Puts out a lot of power. True. But I just got through with a mini road trip the last couple of days, and I put 320 miles on the tank of gas that I had, and I used a half a tank. That was very good. For a big truck, 5.3 liter V8, 320 miles on half a tank of gas, I think that's pretty good. So needless to say, this truck loves road trips, loves long range driving, not a lot of start and stop. But the moment you get into toward a city and you're stopping at red lights constantly and starting and stopping, you're going to see that gas hand moving. This big V8, this heavy truck does not like to start and stop. It likes to keep going. And when it keeps going, it's happy, and it lets you know it gets good gas mileage. So the gas mileage is not so great in the city. Pretty good on the highway though, on the open road. Number 2 is the heating and air display on the screen that pops up when you're on the radio or Apple CarPlay or whatever you're using other than the climate screen on the head unit here. It doesn't work all the time. And what I mean by that is, yes, it will pop up and display, but it's not always accurate and actually working properly. And you'll see what I'm talking about here in these clips in the B-roll. But you know, sometimes it'll just pop up and it'll show zeros, and you know, nothing's highlighted or anything. And then, but it's when it's working properly, you know, you've got yellow highlights, and it tells you what your temperature's at, if you're on low or if you're on a degree or whatever, what your fan speed is as you're going up and down. But it doesn't always do that. Now, 2019 is a new model year, redesigned truck, different technology in this truck, and we're about to get into that more here on the next point too. So that's what I get for getting a first year redesigned model. So yeah, maybe it can be a fix with a system software update or something. Hopefully in the near future they'll address this and patch it, and it'll be fine. So that's what I'm hoping. And my number 1 dislike / hate of this 2019 Silverado is the new engine automatic start and stop feature. On the new 2019 5.3 liter engines, they've added this new modern technology that a lot of vehicles are going to, especially big gas guzzlers, where the engine, when you come to a complete stop, the engine will cut off, and then when you start to take your foot back off the brake, the engine starts up again and you keep going. Sort of like I call it the golf cart feature. If you've ever driven a gas or electric golf cart for that matter, when you stop, the engine cuts off. When you hit the gas again or take your foot off the brake, the engine starts back up again. That's the technology they're putting in vehicles today. The problem I have with this is it doesn't work. Let me explain. Probably at least 90% of the time when I'm in this truck and I'm just leaving the feature on just to see when it's going to work, if it worked all the time, I wouldn't use it, but I'm just curious why it's not working, so I leave it on. But when it cuts on, you have to cut it off manually yourself every time you start the truck up. So it's not like it's not on. 90% of the time, when I'm in this truck and I'm driving it and I come to a stop sign or a red light and I stop, the engine keeps running. And it's intermittent when it wants to work. Even on the same driving cycle. Sometimes it'll work, sometimes it won't work. Most of the time it does not work. Now, like I said in the last point, this is a brand new redesigned year. This is new technology for Chevrolet in this truck, in this 5.3 liter engine. So I don't know if it's not hooked up right. I don't know if it's a system failure. I've taken it into the Chevrolet dealership a couple weeks ago, and they were boggled. Their mind was blown by it because they couldn't figure out what was wrong with it. They said I was going to have to bring it in through the week, and they were going to have to call GM tech support and try to have them talk them through it, what's going on. So I haven't done that yet. I haven't taken it back in. The truck's running fine. It's just that feature is not working. Again, it's a 2019 redesign. I got the first batch of them, I guess you could say. So I don't know if that's something that can be fixed with a software patch and update. I hope so, but I'll just keep driving it and see what happens. But you know, when you buy a brand new truck and it costs as much as this one does, you expect things to work, especially when they're advertising it and they're making a big deal out of it and they're saying, you know, oh, this is the future type stuff. And then you get in it and you use it and it doesn't work. It's not a good way to keep a, and this is my first Chevrolet. This is not only my first Chevrolet, this is my first, you know, Chevy truck that I've owned. And for it to have glitches in it and things that don't work, that's not a good way to retain your customer for your vehicle loyalty. That's not a good thing. I've had two F-150s before. They were the I guess you would say 2011 until 2014 year design. Never had trouble out of them. Of course, they didn't have the technology this truck has. So the more technology increases in vehicles, the more glitches and things you're going to find in vehicles. But for now, I had to really dig deep to find 5 things that I didn't like about this truck. The last 2 were, of course, no-brainers. I mean, that's stuff that doesn't work properly, so of course I don't like that. But the rest of it was just nitpicky stuff that I was thinking of and racking my brain over, you know, what could be improved on this truck. And so that was the other 3. But that's going to conclude this video. That is 5 things that I hate about my 2019 Chevrolet Silverado. So, should you buy it? Should you wait? If you don't need a new vehicle right now, wait till the 2020s come out. Maybe they've worked out some of these bugs, some of these glitches. But if you don't mind that kind of stuff and you can live with it, you know, certain things not working all the time, then I highly recommend this truck. Like I said, I love this truck. And that's going to be another video too. It's going to be 5 things I love about my Silverado. That will be an easy one to make. But the 2019 Chevrolet Silverado, this is the RST trim level with the Z71 off-road and protection package. And I'm loving it. Mostly. This is Kevin Walters with Kevin's Auto Channel, and I hope you have a great rest of the day.